last week went well and you were able to keep up with your calorie counting and your Fitness Pal app. I know the week is rough. By the time it gets to Friday, everyone wants to quit. Saturday and Sunday, you think calories don't matter anymore, and then the cycle repeats on Monday. So hopefully you learned a few things and the forum helped to motivate each other. You guys were giving each other great ideas. Hopefully you grab some of those and you can apply them this week. The focus this week is actually going to be exercise, so a break from calorie counting. Not that you get to stop doing that, but we're going to talk about why is it important to exercise. A lot of times we think about exercise as a physical appearance. We have to do it so that we can look good, we can decrease our cellulite, get abs, have nice lean muscles. But let's take a step back and think about it in a different way. Let's think about exercise for your long-term health. Exercise has plenty of benefits for when we age and we get older. Increasing your muscle mass really will help you decrease your chances of getting, what's that word I want to say? Weak and fragile when you get older. Because as we age, our muscles do decrease. So building them up now is a great way to prevent your weakness as you get older. Also, increasing your exercise will help your bone density. As you know, when you age, your bone density does decrease. You get fragile. You'll start breaking hips, your knees, shoulders. So increasing the bone density now is great for your long-term health. It also helps decrease your chance of depression because when you exercise, we lower our cortisol levels and decrease our rate of depression. We increase our heart health, our VO2 max, our oxygen transportation to our heart. All of that are benefits of exercise. So I know we get so stuck on, oh, I gotta work out so I can lose weight. I gotta work out so that my legs look better. I gotta work out so those abs can come out. Really, if you take that out of the equation for a little bit and you think about, I wanna work out so that when I'm 65, I don't need to use a walker, or when I'm 70, I'm not taking 4 weeks off for a hip replacement. Think about exercising for your long-term benefit. So when you do get older, you are a little bit healthier and stronger, and just a little bit of time you can put in now can benefit you so much later on in your life. All right, so the next topic is burning calories. So our body burns calories when we're doing daily functions, your base metabolic rate, the amount of calories you burn at rest, for your brain to function, for your heart to beat, for your cells to repair, for your muscles to repair. All of that is using calories. When you eat food, you're using calories to digest that food that you've eaten. All of that burns calories in your body. Exercise also burns calories. But sometimes we think exercising is the thing that burns the most calories when it's actually not true. We burn more calories with our daily function than we do with our exercise. The calories we burn from exercising is only 10 to 30% of our body's calorie burn. So that's another thing you can think about when you're thinking, well, I have to exercise so I can burn calories. Well, yes, it does burn calories, but don't make that your main reason for exercise. Now, how much should we exercise is another common question. Do we have to exercise 6 days a week? And if I don't exercise 6 days a week, oh, well, there's no point because I'm not exercising enough. That's not true. A combination of cardiovascular exercise, which is like cardio, running, walking, swimming, biking, going down the stairs, going to your car, coming back, all of that is cardio. And then there's strength training, lifting weights, using resistant bands, going to classes like body pump, TRX training, all of that is strength training. Now we should combine both of those together and try to exercise 3 to 5 days a week. Is that always going to be the case? No. What I do when I'm really busy, I will work out 5 days in the week that I'm busy, and every workout will only be 30 minutes. And in those 30 minutes, I work my butt off. I'll do a spin class and I'll push the hardest I can. I'll go for a run for 30 minutes without using my phone, stopping for texts or calls. Just push yourself for all those 30 minutes. I'll weight lift. I'll go into the gym and I'll put a 30-minute timer on, and I will lift weights and push myself to the maximum extreme for 30 minutes. And that's it. Don't feel like, oh, well, I don't have time to go for an hour, so I'm just going to skip. It doesn't have to be like that. Anything is better than nothing. Find what works for you. Studies are changing where they are saying as long as you're doing 30 minutes of exercise 5 days a week, you're actually helping your cardiovascular health, your muscle mass, your bone density. So studies are getting better. It's not the 1 hour 5 days a week anymore. It's 30 minutes 5 days a week, and do something. I don't care what you do. I don't care if it's Zumba. I don't care if it's dancing in your house while you're cleaning. Whatever works for you, find that and do it. It's better than nothing. Like I said, I do 2 days of cardio. 1 day cycling, 1 day is running, and then I do 3 days of strength. Upper body, I do a split, back and biceps, then I do lower body, then I do another upper body of chest and triceps, and that's what works for me. It helps me know what I'm doing when I get to the gym, and I complete those workouts and I leave. I don't always like going to the gym either. It's not something I'm like, oh yes, I have to go work out today. Not all the time. Sometimes I'm like, I have to work out today, and I'm going to get it done, and I'm going to take it off my checklist. And that's okay if that's you sometimes. Another topic that I get asked a lot is, what do you eat before you work out? Well, let's think about our body's fuels. Like why do we need to eat anyways? So our body uses carbohydrates for its glycogen, right? Fuels. And so when we exercise, we actually use up that glycogen. And you don't want that to completely wear out because then you won't have any energy while you're exercising. So you do want to give yourself some of that. So before you exercise, you do want to eat some carbohydrates and a little bit of protein. A little bit of protein before working out will help repair those muscles that are being broken down while exercising. A few easy things to eat before a workout is like a banana with toast, a little bit of peanut butter. You can do just a banana if you would like. You can do a protein bar. You can do a smoothie. You can do a protein drink. You can do just a regular fruit. You can do yogurt and fruit, granola and fruit, something like a simple carbohydrate and a little bit of protein. That combination will give you the energy you need while exercising. Fat is really not necessary before exercising, unless you're doing long amounts of time. Like if you're going for a really, really, really long run that's, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours long, then you actually want to carb load the day before to put some of that energy into storage and then have a little bit of fat and a little bit of protein. But unless you guys are running a marathon, which you should let me know and I can give you better tips than just eating a protein bar or a piece of fruit. You do, but for us, our regular exercise is something simple like a fruit or a protein bar or just some type of combination of carbs and protein. And then if you're not eating short, like if you don't have time to eat before your workout and you're eating 2 or 3 hours before the workout, you want something a little bit more hefty. Like you can have a sandwich with deli meat or chicken. You can have some rice and veggies. You can have pasta and some spaghetti balls, or meatballs, I'm sorry. Something like that. Now I explained why you need to eat carbs and protein before your workout. Ahmed's going to explain how your muscles break down while exercising and what you should eat after your workout.
So when you work out, you cause trauma to your muscles. This trauma results in micro tears inside those muscle fibers. When you eat protein, that gets broken down to amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of muscle. You fix those micro tears, similar to scar tissue if you were to cut yourself and your body was to fix that. By doing that, you increase your muscle mass, and the more muscle mass you have directly translate into an increased BMR because muscles require fuel, and the more muscles you have, the more fuel you will burn at baseline. If you don't eat protein after you work out, what you end up doing is breaking down your muscles to fix those tears and end up with a lower bulk of muscle than you originally started with, and hence lowering your BMR. So that's why it's always important to replete your protein after you work out. The other thing that's important to eat after a workout is carbohydrates because, as Ranim described earlier, you burn through your glycogen stores first when you start working out. So you need to replete those glycogen stores so your body has a base of carbohydrate energy source for the next time that you're going to be expending energy.
How about fat?
Fat not necessarily related in a post-workout setting. It's not a real necessity. In general, of course, you need fats for about a million different reasons, but not so much in the post-workout phase.
Okay. My next question is, doesn't matter if I'm strength training or doing cardio, doesn't matter if I should have protein. If I'm just running, for example, do I still need protein if I wasn't building muscle?
Not as much as when you actively lift weights and cause that kind of trauma. Cardio is definitely going to be burning glycogen off. All forms of exercise will burn glycogen off first, and then cardio will shift into the fat burning phase, and you'll start using fat for energy after that. You don't necessarily need protein after cardio, but after weightlifting and causing trauma and causing micro tears, you absolutely need protein.
Okay, so if I just finish an hour run, would you recommend me eating more carbs then, or can I just eat nothing?
You could eat nothing. I mean, you're going to eat eventually, so it's less important after cardio than it is after weightlifting. The immediacy of protein intake after weightlifting far outweighs the immediacy of food intake after cardio.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, last thing. I'm not really good at this topic. So BCAAs. Right.
They're just branched chain amino acids. It's basically broken down protein that's linked together. So amino acids are the building blocks. It's like Lego bits of a big protein ball, and branched chain means that these Lego bits are all connected in a chain together. It's just broken down protein. So in theory, it gets to your muscles much faster because your body doesn't actively have to digest it and break it down. That kind of stuff is really much more beneficial for serious bodybuilders, strength trainers, like people who are involved in what is that called when they
competition.
Yeah, competition. For the lay people, it's a little bit of overkill.
Like me?
Well, you are a little bit more advanced than most of us, but I think for more people like me at least, it's a little much.
Okay, while you're here, because I was going to do this without you, but whey protein. I'm not a fan of whey protein because it makes me gassy and bloated, and it makes me feel fat. Is there a benefit to whey protein rather than the plant-based proteins like pea protein or those vegan I don't know wherever they get their freaking.
I mean,
from.
whey is vegan, right? Whey is
No, it's a milk derivative.
is wheat protein, isn't it?
Whey's a milk derivative. Casein and whey both come from milk.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
Well, at the end of the day, what type of protein drink you have doesn't really matter. Whey is the most available and it's the cheapest, I think, out of all of the ones that you just mentioned. And it's gonna make you feel gaseous and bloaty. It's not gonna make you any fatter, you know, unless you overdo it because it's calories at the end of the day. Yeah, it's fine if you like the vegetarian stuff or whatever it is, the vegan stuff more, the plant-based stuff. You can have that. If the whey doesn't bother you from a bloating perspective, you can have that. There's no real benefit to it versus some other kind of protein, and really, there's no benefit to it over natural food either. You know, it's just an easier way to get protein in after a workout. It's just more efficient. But if you sit down and have a dinner after a workout and you have chicken or some other source of protein, it's the same thing. It's just more efficient. That's all.
All right, I'm going to talk about what foods you should actually eat after your workout. So you want to, like he said, combine a protein and a carb. Ideas, you can do chicken and rice, spaghetti and meatballs, fish and vegetables. You could do bread and deli meat, whatever you want, but a combination of protein and carbohydrates. Obviously, it's when you're weightlifting, it is more important to have those proteins, and when you're in high cardiovascular exercises, you do want to have more carbs, and I would go for a smoothie actually. My go-to after a workout is usually a protein shake or a smoothie with protein added to it, and then I wait an hour or two, I shower, change, and then eat my meal. But my initial, like at about maximum 45 minutes after my workout, I definitely get in the protein shake or protein bar so that I can rebuild the muscles that I just broke down. You never want to wait too long because then you will do a reverse effect. Like he said, you won't be building those muscles, you'll actually be breaking them down. That's really it. You can go if you want. I know you don't like to be on camera.
I don't.
So that kind of up exercise and the food you should be eating before and after your exercise. Lastly, a lot of you guys have a problem getting to the gym. I would really, really recommend you finding a gym buddy, somebody that you can call and say, hey, do you want to come with me? Let's go do a cardio, or let's go walk. Let's go on a bike ride. Someone that you guys can motivate each other. Sometimes this virtual stuff is not enough. Or like I said, if your household is not in workout game or weight loss game or better health game, they're not motivating you to get out there. So sometimes finding a friend who's on the same page as you may help you stay motivated, and you guys can push each other when you're down. The week coming up, so week 2, our focus will be to get in exercise. I want you guys to get in, like I said, at least 3 days this week, and write some notes for yourself. Figure out what kind of exercises do you hate, what kind of exercises do you love, what do you not mind doing. Is your schedule so sucky that you just have to work out at home? And that's totally fine. So find some at-home workouts that you can stick to, some at-home workouts that you don't mind doing, somebody maybe that can come over and do it with you. So this week's focus will be getting in your exercise, finding what you do love, and kind of switching your mindset of, let me not exercise so that I can look better. Instead, let me exercise so that when I'm 70 years old, my hip is not broken. So I want you guys to switch that mindset. Along with exercise, you will continue to calorie count. Stick with the same amount of calories you had last week. I want you to continuously log all of your food on MyFitnessPal. Please be honest with yourselves. You can even do quick ads if you don't want to go through and find the food object that you're looking for, because we're not worrying about macros anymore. So you can just, if you know what you just had 200 calories in it, you can just do quick add 200, add that into your food log. But yes, please, please, please continue to calorie count. The way I do my cheat days, on Fridays, I generally eat 1,500 calories for dinner. So I try to burn 1,000 calories that day. And if I have to, if I know I'm going to have more than 1,500 calories that night, I will even cut back on Thursday night so that in my bank account of calories, I have plenty that can go for my binge day. Remember, your binge days do count. So if you're binging on Saturday and Sunday and putting 3,000 calories of surplus, you will gain a pound that next week. It doesn't just get thrown out the window. The weekends count. A lot of you guys don't see progress because the weekends are what's messing you up. You're not thinking, well, okay, this bad day I had Friday, this bad day I had Saturday, this bad day I had Sunday. You're not thinking that it'll affect you in your long-term goal. So please make sure you're accounting for those binge days. You can fix them. If you need some more details on how you can fix them or in your situation specifically, just message me and I can explain to you how you can do it and make it work. That's it for this week. Remember, exercise is our goal. Please get your at least 3 days in. If you would like to do more, great. If you can't do any exercises, just message me. I'll give you some other ideas. You could stretch, you can walk. All of that will count. Thank you guys.